وهالفيلم لجاكي شان واللي تم إطلاقه في عام 2017 مشاهد عديدة منه تصورت بدبي، ومن وقتها عارف رحمن أحد أبطال هالعمل وهو حاب يرجع لها المدينة اللي تركت أثر كبير عنده، إلا أن الظروف وانشغالاته ما سمحت له، ولكن هالظروف تغيرت وعارف قدر بعد سنوات طويلة يرجع ويستذكر أحلى اللحظات اللي عاشها.
Last time I was here, I think it was 8 years ago, 7 years ago. Yeah, it feels like a lot has changed, but it feels very familiar at the same time. Yeah, so weirdly, it's so far from home, but it feels like home here.
خاصة وإن الفيلم اللي صوره بدبي مع جاكي شان هو بمثابة حلم متحقق.
The first time, well, not met, but the first time I saw him was my first film. I was lucky enough that we won a Berlinale. So the funny thing is, I then thought all films was like this. I was like, oh, this film industry is wonderful. I like this film thing. Later, did I realize that it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go to Berlin and, walk the red carpet with global superstars. But anyway, so I was there, and Jackie was doing a premiere for one of his films. And I remember standing there like, no one knew who I was then. It was my first film, but I felt like I made it. I'm like, wow, I'm in the same room as Jackie Chan. Like, I'm going places, man. 21 years old and this is my life now. I'm like, I can see him, he's right there. And then he walks off stage, I'm like, wow, one day, man, one day if I can work with a legend like him.
وهاليوم جاء بفضل المخرج ستانلي تونغ.
He's one of those few madly talented yet really polite and respectful directors. So yeah, I had a meeting with him and he was like, hey, we're doing this thing called Kung Fu Yoga. I'm like, oh my, that's wonderful. He was like, I know you've done Bruce Lee before, so do you still want to do the action stuff? I was like, yeah, for sure. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, who's the male lead? He goes, oh, Jackie Chan. I'm like, heard of him? I'm like, wow.
ومن دون تفكير وتردد انتهز عارف هالفرصة مع جاكي شان.
Jackie's one of those people where what you see is exactly what you get. Like, there is no filter, no minor tweaks to his personality. Like, him eating dinner with you on set and him on a grand stage speaking at the Oscars is the exact same persona, which is, I think, why he's so loved around the world.
فكل من عمل معاه أشاد بطيبته واهتمامه الكبير بزملائه.
So we're filming Kung Fu Yoga. I think we were on Sheikh Zayed Road, was it? The big road where we did all the cars. How do you say it properly? Sheikh Zayed Road. Right, and then the Dubai police force were kind enough to lend us the cars, and we're flying down this road, and I'm hanging from his car. And obviously, when you're filming Jackie, safety is first. I've got like 5 wires on me, so in case I fly off. But there is this one part where there are no wires, and I jump off the car. And he goes, "Do you have your safety equipment on? Like, do you have your pads and all?" I was like, "No, I don't need pads." I was like, "Jackie, I'm honored to come on this film. I want to do it the way that you did it." And he, instead of going like, "My man," he goes, "Are you out of your mind? Shut up and go wear your pads now." I'm like, "Yes, sir." Sort of pad up and everything, wire, harness and all that. So yeah, so it really speaks volumes to the kind of person he is.
وبعد هالكلام حبينا نعرف إذا في أي عمل ثاني بيجمع بجاكي شان قريباً.
I can't say, but I'll wink repeatedly at the camera, so that technically I didn't say anything. It's an action film. It's with a man I respect a lot, and I'm sure it's going to be great.
وإلى جانب التمثيل عارف يمتلك موهبة الغناء.
As men say, only fools give in. I love acting so much, but I don't think I'll be able to live without music.
وعن أول ذكرى له مع الموسيقى سألناه.
Wow, that has never been asked before. My first memory with music is when I was very young. I think I was around 2 years old or 3 years old. And I'm in my dad's car. I'm this big, he's this big. And he starts teaching me what the bass is. And he's like, "You hear that? That's the bass." I'm like, "What's that, Daddy?" And he goes, I was like, "Oh, that's the bass." And that's the drums. I'm like, "Oh, then what's the da 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 da?" I was like, "That's the melody line." Oh. And little did I know that was like my first lesson in arranging and producing music.
وهالدرس وصله أنه يتلقى جوائز عديدة.
There are 2 awards that I hold very dear to my heart. And that's the Hong Kong Film Academy Best Newcomer and Best Song. Because those were won for a film called Echoes of the Rainbow. And that was my first film. Without that film, I don't feel I would have had the chance or the opportunity to become an actor. And that film was directed by a dear friend of mine, Mr. Alex Law. And the film was about his own brother. And it was like a love letter to Hong Kong, to his brother. And he passed recently, which it hit me much harder than I expected.
وبعيداً عن توقعاته ولأن لقائنا معاه صادف في مكان مليء بالجوائز، فنحن فاجأنا عارف بجائزة ثالثة ليضيفها على قائمته وسميناها جائزة أفضل ضيف لعام 2023.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Insider Dubai. This is the greatest honor that was not meant for me that I have ever received.
No, we need some tears.
Make it like very melodramatic. Make me kind of choke up like a thank you, Insider Dubai for sorry, can I? This is one of those ones. Oh my goodness. That's a master class in bad acting, my friends. That's how it's not done. But yes, thank you.